Hello! Welcome to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. I'm your host, The Magic Shoelaces, and this is my first LP ever. So I don't know how good it's going to be, and I don't have a lot of experience with it or whatever. I'm using some new software too called, I don't know what it's called. We'll see how it works out. Supposedly I'm recording on 2 different audio channels, but I haven't been able to figure out how to edit them separately, so I might drown out the music, and it might drown me out, and whatever. Anyway, this game originally came out on Game Boy, the original, like, clunky gray Game Boy that was black and white, and, I got when I was like 5 and played until it died, so, and then they came out with this DX version, which is in color. So a couple months ago, I hadn't played this in years, so I figured out a way to download it to my computer, and played through it again. This version's slightly different from the original, but not too significantly. Start a new file here. Original. I would put my own name in, but then it keeps calling me a boy, and that's just not true, so it's just easier this way. What a relief, I thought you'd never wake up. You were tossing and turning. What, Zelda? No, my name's Marin, I just happen to look like her. You're on Koholint Island. Follow the lane south, reach the beach where I found you. Since you washed ashore, lots of nasty monsters have been in the area, so be careful. Okay, Marin. If that is your real name. Oh boy, where are you off to in such a hurry? Set a spell, I got something to tell you. That's this guy, Mario. Well, Link, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Tarin. Hope you're feeling better. What? How did I know your name? You think it's weird, eh? Well, I saw it on back of this shield. That is weird. So I guess I should mention sort of part of the premise of this game, as you saw, is you were shipwrecked. Let me put this in my other hand. And you might, I don't remember if this says in the instruction booklet or if you like find this out later, but all of your like weapons and stuff, you come from Hyrule and you had weapons, but they all ended up scattered about this island. So for instance, your shield with your name written on it, and you gotta go around finding all your weapons again. That's not the like premise of the game, but it's part of it. These guys have spines, so you have to push them around with your shield, or they poke you. A sword! Oh, darn it. Hoot! Hoot! So you are the lad who owns the sword. Lad again. I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It said you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north to the mysterious forest. I will wait for you there. Hoot. Thanks, Mr. Owl. Alright, you found your sword. It must be yours because it has your name engraved on it. Do people actually do that? I know in Lord of the Rings they like give all their swords names and stuff. But writing your name on your shield so you don't lose it, that makes me think of like kindergarten lunchboxes. Alright. We got a sword, we got a shield, we are in business. We can kill things. I should mention that I have played this game before, if you couldn't figure it out. Or if you hadn't figured it out yet. Recently, as I said, I played it a few months ago, and before then I hadn't played it in a couple of years, probably. So I know my way through. I want to cut that. I know my way through most of the game. There might be some parts I get stuck on, so I'm gonna do my best to make this interesting and not just plow through the whole thing. But I've got this first part more or less memorized. Welcome. Much of mystery you will find on this uncharted Koholint Island. I'm afraid you may find it a trifle difficult to leave the island while the windfish naps. That makes sense. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave south of the village? No, I have not. Here's a... Okay, we'll find a key. Find us some cave. I love the music in this forest. It's fun. Oh, I don't want that. You got a guardian acorn. It will reduce the damage you take by half. It is a good thing. I shouldn't say that, but, it just gets annoying after a while. Oh, look, a raccoon. As a raccoon, my nose is very sensitive to stuff like dust and powder. Okay. Ho! Who you calling a hoe, buddy? You're going to be lost thanks to me. Boop, boop, boop. That sucks. So he just warped us to a different part of the forest. Oh no! Luckily I know what to do. This is definitely a part that took 5-year-old me and my dad a long, long time to figure out. Because you'll find out if we go over here. Oh my gosh, a treasure chest! Look at it, look at it, look at it! There's a treasure chest! But we can't go over there because we fall in the pit and lose half a heart. That square down there is where we were with the raccoon, and we tried to come up, and instead of taking us to the treasure chest, he warped us to a different part of the forest. Wow, this looks pretty heavy when you're able to lift it with just your bare hands. It sure does look heavy. Ah. So you can tell by the crazy music I still have the guardian acorn. It's guarding me from losing too much damage. I mean, taking too much damage. But I mean, when you walk straight into monsters, there's not a lot it can do to help you. Ooh, piece of heart. Don't hit these guys with your sword, or you get electrocuted. Double, double, toil and trouble. A toadstool mix makes powder for tricks. Ah, shoot, and I forgot to get the toadstool. Maybe I'll cut this part out. Or maybe I'll make you watch it. I haven't decided yet. Touch you.